Hello guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Joy Onchekwa. Now I know that most of you are seeing me for the first time. Don't worry, I won't tell you to subscribe until you think you found content in it, then you'll subscribe, okay? But remember, subscription is free. So thank you. So this is the most requested video in my channel ever since I moved over to UK. So a lot of persons have been asking me, how did you go? How did it happen? And all of that. And I think I'm close to 1 year, and I think it's time for me to do this video. I don't know what happened, but I've just been a little bit I just don't know, but let's just make the video. So the video might be a little bit long, so I am going to cut the video in two. So when you're done watching the first part, I think you should look for the second part and watch, okay? So what are the requirements to go to UK on a spouse visa? So I came to UK on a spouse visa because my husband originally stays in UK. So what's a spouse visa? Now, a spouse visa is a visa you get to join your partner abroad. Now, your partner could be your husband, it could be your wife, it could be your fiance. So if you have a girlfriend who lives abroad and she is a citizen there, and both of you are in good relationship, you want to get married and you want to move over, yes, you can move over on a spouse visa. But I moved over on a spouse visa because I am married to my husband and he stays in the UK. So I'm going to tell you all the requirements I did. And sorry, the light is not so much because you can see me, I'm wearing pullover in the house, so the weather is cold. So there's no sun today. Well, that's one thing that has hit me since I came to UK. I have to change. And the adoption is not easy, but don't worry, I'll make a separate video about that. So in case you intend to come, you would know before you come. All right, so let's go back to the video. So what does it take? I'll try as much as I can to cover every step by step on what I did and how we did it. So it's easy for you to do when you intend to come. All right. But preparation is key. You must prepare ahead of time. And know that it's going to be a taxing thing. It's not like it's easy. It's easy, but it's taxing. It needs patience and it needs a lot of... You have to do it correctly. That's the fact. If you do anything wrong, every process you have started is all gone. So I'm going to try to break it down. And if you see me looking down, that's because I've made notes and I'm reading from my notes, okay? So number one is relationship requirements. Very important. I'll break them down later. Number two is financial requirements. Number three is English language requirements. Number four, accommodation requirements. Number five, intend to live UK together. If you intend to live in UK together, don't worry, I would explain everything. Number six is immigration status of spouse. Number seven is proof of identity and relationship. Number eight is tuberculosis test. Number nine is the visa application fees. So these are the 9 steps it's going to take you. And please, you don't need anybody to help you fill it. Yes, you don't need anybody to help you fill it. This form, this verification is easy. All you have to do is go to the UK website and do everything you want to do on your own. It's easy. Just go to get the application form, read through it. You will see everything step by step on how to do it. But if you think you need an agent to help you, it's also okay. But most times you don't need an agent. It's free and it's easy to do on your own. So let's start. The first one is relationship requirements. What's a relationship requirement? So this means that the person who you intend to live with over there in abroad, there must be a relationship between you and that person. What's that relationship? Number one, the person must be in a civil marriage. So if you intend to move over to your husband or your wife who stays abroad, and what both of you have done is a traditional marriage, you cannot. There is no proof to your marriage. Even if in Nigeria, we know that traditional marriage, yes, it's one of the marriages we do. But over here, they don't accept it. So you must have a proof to your marriage, which means both of you must be in a civil marriage. Yes. So civil marriage means just take the person, oga, carry and go court. Simple. Go get court certificate. You don't do wedding. That's what it is. Okay? So both of you must be in a civil marriage. Then you must, number two, you must have a genuine relationship. That means two of you now don't they date for a very long time. Now, don't go and bring somebody you just met online and say you want to marry the person, because you must prove these things. Yeah, you must prove all of them. If you cannot prove that this person and you have been in a relationship, it will take a lot of time for your visa to be processed. You know, my visa took about 4-5 months to be processed. From the time we processed it till the time my papers came out. Okay, we started our procession September, October. We started our processing the visa in November, and my visa came out February. So you can see November, December, January, February. So it took 4 months for my visa came out. That's because we even did everything. And coupled the fact that my husband is even a lawyer. So we did everything, but you see, it still took time. But there are people whose visa come out quite early. So that means your processes must be right. Genuine relationship, to prove your genuine relationship, you must prove that both of you have been together. You must show pictures where both of you have been together. Yes, you need to get these pictures. You must show text messages, video chats, WhatsApp messages that both of you have had together. We had ours. We had to snap it, a lot of it, and send. You must show pictures between you and your girlfriend. So there must be something to back that relationship up. So you don't meet a girl over on the line on internet and say you want to marry the person. No, there must be a genuine relationship between you. You understand what I mean? So you must have those proofs that you and this person are together. So even if you are married, you must also have a marriage certificate. Then you must have a picture of your wedding. It's necessary, a picture of your marriage. So we submitted, I had my civil wedding and my traditional wedding. So I submitted a picture of my traditional wedding and my civil wedding, and a picture of our relatives in the wedding. So it doesn't look like something that is being arranged. I submitted the text messages my husband sent me. You have to take a screenshot of your text messages, collect it like, I don't know what they call this, but this is what I did. So we collected everything, and you can see them here. We had to send it. So this is how we collected it to send. Take a screenshot of it, go to Canva and put everything together to send. So this is going to be your evidence. So this is your relationship requirements. Number 2, financial requirements. Now, who you are going to stay with must earn 18,600 every year to accommodate you. Yes. So they are going to look at that person's records and know that the person earns this particular amount every year. I don't know if it's gone up or if it's lesser now, so you have to verify to find out that. But this particular amount is not regular, because if you have a child, you are coming with a child, the amount is going to increase. Yes, it's going to increase. So I think if you have a child, it becomes 22,400. And if you have more than one child, they are going to add 2,400 for you to eat. So just make your findings and know how much you need to, how much is expected of you before you invite someone. Your partner over there must meet this requirement for you to come over. If he does not meet the requirement, he is not going to be allowed a visa. Note that. You cannot be allowed a visa if he doesn't meet the requirement, because everything here is proof. So they will need a proof of his paycheck, and they will need his 6 months paycheck. Yes, he would have to give them a 6 months paycheck to ascertain that the money is actually in his account, or that his retirement is close to that. Okay, so he must have that money in his account, and he must show evidence through pay slips. Now, number 3 requirement is English language requirements. That one, you get a CB, because even when you come here, you see a lot of people who don't even speak well, and you're wondering, you don't even know what they. But anyway, that's not what we're here for. But it's very important. I don't know why they do that to we Africans, but if you're coming here, you must know how to speak English. I beg. That's just it. English language requirement means you must know how to communicate. You must know how to, when they say something, reply to them and all of that. That's what they are requiring. So it's not about you being a degree holder. No, it simply means that you can communicate, you can hear, and you can communicate. On this particular one, the applicant must prove that he or she speaks English and can understand English. So that's just what it means. So it doesn't mean that you must be a degree holder to speak English. It simply means that you can understand and you can speak. But if you are a degree holder, when you go to UK website or the country you want to travel, their website, they are going to tell you the English exams you are going to take. So all you have to do is go and take the English exams. Now, if you are a degree holder, you don't need to take the English exams. The English exam is basically for people who don't have a degree. So you don't have a university degree. There's no way for you to prove that you can speak English. So you go and take the exams. But if you are already a degree holder in a university, you don't take the exams. So what you do is you upload your English, your certificates, you upload your certificates from the university on that platform. The platform would now have to generate another generate certificate telling the country that you can speak English. So I don't know if you quite get what I'm trying to say. Okay, what I'm trying to say is you are going to get your certificate and upload it to a particular link. They will tell you the link. When you upload it to the link, they will verify your certificate to know if it's authentic, and if it is, they would ask you to bring a letter from your university telling them that you were taught in English. So when you get that from your university, you also upload it on the system. Then they give you a certificate which you can upload on the online platform of the country you are applying for. That covers your English requirement. So all these processes you go through is if you are a degree holder. But if you're not, the country you're applying to will tell you the exams to go and take. And you take the exams. When you pass it, there's a threshold you should pass for you to get accepted into their country. So that's the English requirement. Then most times, all these requirements are not necessary if you're from an English-speaking country. But I think Africans don't pass that threshold because they always ask us to go take this exam. So I don't know. So it all depends on the country you are traveling to. I don't want this video to be very long, so you're going to get the other one in the next video. So I'll stop at number 4. So number 4 is accommodation requirements. Now this is going to make your visa it's going to make the application process very fast. So your spouse must show that he has an adequate place for you. Yeah, it's very important. He must show that he or she must show that he or she has an adequate place for you, who he is sponsoring to come over. Now, another thing or another way of getting it or making it easier for you, my husband particularly, since we stay in London, my husband particularly had to meet the landlord of where he stays. The man actually gave him a letter and trying to, you know, write a lot of good things, how he's been a good tenant and all of that, making it easier for him to be accepted, for it to be accepted. So this also added in making our visa very easy. So your husband must provide, your husband or your wife or your partner must provide an adequate place for you to stay. And they must have an evidence that this is where they are living and the place is conducive. Conducive in the sense that you get 2 children, you're moving over to London, or I don't know where the country you're going to. If your husband stays in a self-contained, it's a no. It is a no. They will not permit you people. They will not give you visa. That is the fact. Yes, that is the fact. They will not give you visa because they are assuming that 2 children, you and your husband, 4 persons staying in one apartment, they will not give you a visa. So these are things you look at when your visas are being denied. So your husband or your partner must have an adequate house for you people to come and stay. So if you're coming over, he should make that requirement ahead of time. So if you have 2 children, I think the best thing for you to do is to leave one and come with one. Then later you can bring the other one over. But if you're applying for 2 children and you know that where you're going to stay is 1-room apartment, it's going to be an issue. Your visa could be denied because of that. So a well-rented apartment is very, 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 very necessary. And if he could get documentation, rent receipt, or even a letter from the landlord, that could facilitate your visa and make it very easy for you to come over. So, like I said, we are going to stop in number 4. The rest will be in the next video. So, thank you for watching and see you in my next video.